Hey guys, what's up? Alec back with the daily stock market, and look at that, a very volatile day in the stock market on Friday for individual stocks, to say the least. We have Ford Motors down 12% just in one day, and they're down 26% in the last 3 months. So they're definitely a stock that we got to do a video about soon. We have Enphase Energy down 15% in the last 3 months. They're down 45%. We also have other stocks down as well, Coinbase, Square. But this week we have an extremely exciting earnings week on the horizon. So this is a video and a week that you're definitely not going to want to miss. So make sure you stay throughout the entire video and let me know what stocks you want to hear about that I didn't talk about in this video if you make it to the very end. Without any further ado, just drop a big thumbs up on this video, share this video with a friend, make sure you're subscribed on YouTube for the full-length videos, and let's dive right into it. So Monday morning, bright and early before the open, we have SoFi and McDonald's both reporting Monday morning. Those will be two stocks to definitely be watching in the morning and to have your eye on to see how their earnings report went. We have Pinterest after the close. But moving over to Tuesdays when it actually gets interesting, because before the open we have Pfizer, Caterpillar, JetBlue. We also had a lot of other airlines already report, so we can kind of gauge how JetBlue is going to be reporting. And same with BP and Marathon Oil. A lot of the oil companies just reported on Friday. So we have pretty good insights on how BP and Marathon Oil are going to perform as well. Now, Tuesday after the close, we have AMD, which is a huge scrutinized stock for earnings. Everyone's going to have their eyes on AMD because they are the biggest competition of Nvidia, and Nvidia is one of the hottest stocks in the stock market right now. We also have Caesars Palace and Norwegian reporting. Those are two travel stocks, so that'll be interesting to see. Wednesday before the open, remember we have Norwegian, CVS. We also have Wayfair and Kraft Heinz. Kraft is a great dividend stock, so it'll be good to see that growth and hopefully get a dividend increase on that Kraft Heinz. Wednesday after the close, we have PayPal, which probably is going to go down. We've seen how PayPal stock has been performing over the last month, last 3 months, last 6 months, and the last year has been an absolute horror for PayPal. So likely that's going to continue. We also have Roku, Qualcomm, Airbnb, SolarEdge. Okay, SolarEdge is a red flag, guys. We saw how Enphase Energy reported. We've seen that solar energy stocks in general have been going down, down, down. So puts on SolarEdge could be, I'm not saying it is, could be a good idea. If you guys want to see exactly what puts and calls I'm taking out personally, join my close friends list. It's as easy as messaging me on Instagram and just message me the word stocks, and then that way I'll send you an application over so we can fill it out and see if you're a good fit for the program. And if you are, I'll shoot you over my website so you can see how everything works. And if it's inside your budget, then let's go ahead and make some money together in the stock market. Other than that, we have Etsy reporting, Elf, which is a beauty company, after the close. But Thursday is when it really gets exciting because before the open, we have Palantir, which is a huge stock everyone's watching right now because of AI. We have Shopify. We have Moderna, which will be interesting because we have Pfizer reporting before the open on Tuesday. However, that's not the best correlation to make between two stocks. We have some better ones this week like BP and Marathon because like we talked about Friday, oil already reported most of the stuff. And then we have SolarEdge, which will probably be pretty easy to predict as well what's going to happen with that one. Other than that, we have Penn National, which is a gaming stock, and that's going to be good insight for DraftKings reporting the same day but after the close. But the most anticipated earnings for the entire week is going to be on Thursday after the close because we have big boy Apple reporting. Okay, we have Apple, we have Square, we have Starbucks, we have Carvana, DraftKings, and Coinbase and Cloudflare. Lots of stocks reporting Thursday. However, Apple's the most important for the stock market as a whole. Friday before the open, we have Fubo TV. So here we have an interesting article saying stock traders face a pivotal week as Apple steals spotlight from the feds. Okay, the world's most valuable company delivers earnings Thursday after the close. The Fed's decision, Jerome Powell remarks, and Treasury refunding all on tap. Okay, we can see a Federal Reserve meeting typically is the stock market story of the week. Not so this time. However, as investors are more focused on Apple's earnings on Thursday than the central bank's Wednesday interest rate decision. So that's Wednesday, keep in mind. There are reasons for concern about Apple, the world's most valuable company, representing 7% of the S&P 500, is facing a slump in smartphone sales, and one of its main suppliers is under investigation in China. A revenue decline is expected for a fourth consecutive quarter, its longest streak in more than 2 years. And if we zoom out and look at some of the headlines for Apple earnings, we can see Apple India revenue booms near 50,000 milestone with record growth in India. What's a good rally to get into blah, blah, blah. Big tech earnings have been strong, but Apple is about to answer the $1,000 question. The economic calendar in the week ahead will bring investors a crucial October jobs report, key readings on manufacturer activity, and an update on jobs openings. Strong GDP data and the Fed's preferred inflation measured last week bolstered the case for Feds to keep rates elevated for an extended period of time, and perhaps kept September's forecast for one more rate hike before the cycle is over in play. We expect growth to slow in Q4, but not significantly below trend, wrote Bank of America analysts. So here's a good analyst article. We can see that Apple shares have sunk to 6-month lows ahead of the result this week as concerns growing about demand for the new iPhone 15 and array of other hardware. Apple had already warned that revenue will be down for a fourth consecutive quarter in the final 3 months of the financial year, with analysts anticipating a 1% drop to $89.27 billion. Sales of the flagship iPhone, which account for about half of the revenue, are predicted to rise 2.3% from last year, and services growth is accelerating. But that will not be enough to counter the ongoing weakness in demand for iPads, Macs, and wearables. So they started out by saying, the iPhone 15 could be slowing down, but then they went on to say that it's actually rising. So let's keep reading this and see what else this analyst article has to say. The iPhone 15 only hit the shelves in September, so this quarter will only reflect a couple weeks of sales. Still, a beat on iPhone sales would help install confidence that the model has been well received, which I strongly agree with. Even though it's only been a couple weeks of sales, we can compare it to last year and see if the iPhone 15 is selling better than the 14 or the 13. And even previous iPhones before that. But the first real test will be in the final 3 months of 2023, covering the busy holiday shopping season, which is a great point, because anyone who's probably 90 to 80% of people who are gonna get an iPhone 15 are gonna do it before 2024. So, November, December could be very hot months for iPhone 15. There will be a lot of attention on China. Admin fears that consumers are switching away from Apple products due to the increased political pressure on foreign companies and turning to domestic rivals like Huawei. Okay, so a lot of China people are steering away from Apple because it is an American-based company and they want to support their Chinese company, and the governments are probably pushing that agenda and subsidizing the China domestic rivals of Apple. Sentiment was recently rattled by reports that iPhone 15 sales in China were down around 4.5% over the first 17 days of release compared to its predecessor the year before. Overall, Apple has not been providing formal guidance for years, citing uncertain conditions, but investors will keep an eye on commentary on what to expect in the new financial year. Okay, Wall Street is expecting revenue to start growing again in the first quarter, driven by iPhone 15 and turnaround in Mac and wearables. Overall, the smartphone and electronic market is showing signs that is hitting a bottom, and that customers will start upgrading their tech bought during the pandemic. Still, markets are going to want confirmation, and the uncertain economic landscape poses a threat for earnings. Now let's go over AMD. Okay, so Q3 preview. AMD has fallen behind in the race to supply advanced chips that can power new technologies like AI and machine learning. NVIDIA is really taking over that right now. So they're definitely the AI chip maker to be watching over AMD, which may heighten the need for it to impress with its core business this earnings season, unless it can show that AI is providing a major tailwind. Revenue is expected to rise 2.5% from last year to 5.7 billion for AMD. And although that's not much, that would follow on from 2 consecutive quarters of declines. So it'll be some positive switch here. That will be largely down to its client segment that provides CPUs, GPUs, and processors into laptops and computers, coming up against easier comparative. Sales are forecasted to be up 20% from last year, which is a super bullish thing. And we should see 1.23 billion. That will bolster hopes that the lull in demand for consumer electronics is bottoming out, but that still remains significantly below historic levels. Plus, gaming will remain weak, with sales set to drop 6%, but appears on course to potentially start rebounding in the near future. The data center division is forecasted to see revenues rise a measly 0.9% this quarter, which may be underwhelming after AMD guided for an acceleration in growth during the second half and shifting more pressures onto the fourth quarter results. The EPS is expected to rise 1% from last year to positive earnings of 68 cents for AMD. Congratulations, AMD. So it should be a positive earnings overall after they've actually reported misses. They should be beating earnings this quarter. Next stock, let's talk about PayPal stock. Q3, we see U.S. consumer spending remains resilient, and PayPal should be the latest payment firm to deliver solid results, albeit plagued by the uncertain economic outlook, which is a risky one to be betting on for a beat, in my opinion. Total payment volumes are seen rising 14% from last year, thanks to a resiliency of consumers determined to keep shopping. Net revenue is forecasted to rise 7.9% to 7.38 billion, and adjusted EPS is expected to increase 13% to $1.23 or $1.23 at the top end of its guidance range, as growth and cost cutting help margins improve sequentially. User numbers may stay stable, but focusing on engagement and encouraging existing users to utilize its services more often. New CEO Alex Chris has a chance to install confidence, although it may be too early for any major changes. So PayPal is an interesting stock that I'm watching right now. I probably won't play their earnings, but buying some shares before earnings could be a good idea, because we could be looking at a bottom on PayPal. Remember, PayPal's at a significant low right now. They're on sale. They're a risky stock, though, because they've just been down. But it might be a good time to start dollar cost averaging in for long term if you use PayPal, if you believe in PayPal, and that's not saying you should do that. It's really saying that you should do more research yourself and see if PayPal is the right fit for you. And again, I just want to thank you guys for all the love and support you show on every single video. If you like this format of video a little bit better, where we talk about 3 different stocks right in a row, comment below. But if you like where we dive in a little bit deeper into each individual stock, also let me know. Thank you guys for the love and support, not only on Instagram, but also YouTube, where we are super close to breaking over 70,000 followers on YouTube. It's a huge milestone. Thank you guys for getting me there. Also, 217,000 followers on Instagram, where we pop off all the time. 17K, 25K on all of our videos. So we get a lot more retention on and just eyeballs in general on Instagram. However, YouTube is a great place to be subscribing because that's where you get the full length videos. You're not just getting the clips of, the best parts of the video, but you're getting all the nitty-gritty details and those hidden gems that just aren't on Instagram. So make sure you subscribe there with post notifications on so you don't miss out on any new updates. And click on success number 9 because that's where all of our students are having positive success right now. So you can see for yourself the success that's been going on in the group. You can see when I joined the daily stock market, you can see there, and then it's just been straight up from there. So read these success stories for yourself and join the group if you're looking for a stock market family. If your brothers or sisters or mom or dad and your friends aren't involved in the stock market and you need people to talk stock market talk with, this is the #1 community. So just message me on Instagram. I'll shoot you over the Discord and we can all be one family together. Drop a big thumbs up, subscribe on YouTube, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Remember, don't time the market, buy the market. Peace.